Hi, this is Jasmine Tohidi, and this week's video discusses citizenship interviews. So a lot of my clients are extremely excited when we get to the citizenship portion of their immigration journey. So I'm going to discuss what happens in the interview and what kinds of questions they're going to ask you. So during your citizenship interview, unless you meet certain exceptions, you're required to read one sentence in English, write one sentence in English, pass 6 out of 10 possible civics question, and then they will also review your citizenship application. This can happen in any order depending on your officer. So there are certain exceptions for the civics test and the reading and writing depending on if you have a medical issue or depending on how old you are and how long you've had your green card. If you don't qualify for the exception, what the officer will do is they will show you on a piece of paper or on the computer screen one sentence and ask you to read it out loud in English, and then they will verbally tell you a sentence and ask you to write it either on the computer screen tablet with a pen or write it on a piece of paper. With the civics test, online is 100 possible questions they can ask you. The officer will then choose 10 out of those 100 questions, and you have to pass 6 of them. There's no time limit on how long it takes you to answer those questions, so I always encourage people, slow down, listen to the question, and answer. It's okay if you ask the individual to repeat the question for you as well. This portion of the test can be done by the officer either at the beginning of the interview or at the end of the interview. Next, they'll review your citizenship application. So they'll go over the information that you provided on your citizenship application, including the yes and no questions, as well as the biographical information. Don't panic if things have changed. The officer will ask you to update. For instance, commonly, if your job changed, you've moved, you've had a child, the officer can update your application. They'll show you the changes at the end of the interview to make sure they are correct. Then what will happen is they'll go over the yes and no questions on the application. If you don't understand one of the questions, there's nothing wrong with asking the officer to repeat themselves or explain it to you again so you can make sure you answer correctly. Additionally, the citizenship application appointment notice will have a list of documents that you need to bring with you. I always tell my clients to read it, but most commonly the documents that I know you absolutely need to bring are your green card, your passport, your birth certificate, and the reason they're asking for these is to see when did you obtain your green card. Your passport is so they can see your travel in and out of the United States. Birth certificate, sometimes they ask for it, sometimes they don't. If your citizenship is based on the 3-year marriage rule, meaning you've been living with a U.S. citizen for 3 years and that you're married to, then you will need to bring proof that you're still in an ongoing relationship with that U.S. citizen. Usually I encourage people to bring stuff like bills, leases, your mortgage statement to show that they're still residing with that U.S. citizen. If you have any questions on applying for citizenship, you can feel free to contact my office at 202-656-6571. I do charge a fee for the consultation. Again, I hope this video is helpful and you have a great weekend, and thank you for watching.